regular meeting of the Lake County Board of Commissioners. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our meeting today. May our discussions be fruitful, our decisions wise, and our community strong. Amen.
Amen.
Madam Clerk, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Present.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Present.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Here. Gentlemen, before you have before you the minutes of the regular meeting of January 22nd, 2026. Do we have a motion to approve waiving reading of the same?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye. This brings us to public portion. Anyone wishing to address the board on agenda items only, please raise your hand and you will have 3 minutes to speak after stating your name and address. Anyone for public portion? This brings public portion to a close. Madam Clerk, please proceed with resolutions.
In the Utilities Department, resolution authorizing final release of a 3-year maintenance surety for 5921 Shandell Boulevard Sanitary Sewer Extension in the City of Mentor, job number 22-30.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Resolution approving plans, specifications, and estimates of cost in the amount of $518,000 for new 4th Street Sanitary Improvements Project 502 W 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Resolution increasing appropriations and transferring cash within Lake County Department of Utilities Fund 595, Project 479W 2024, Union Street Waterline Replacement and the Water Fund.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Resolution transferring appropriations and transferring cash within Lake County Department of Utilities Project Fund 596, Project 415S 2018, Adams, Melridge, and Industrial Park in the Sewer Fund.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Resolution transferring appropriations and transferring cash within Lake County Department of Utilities Project Fund 596, Project 484S 2024, Lake Road Force Main Relocation Project in the Sewer Fund.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Resolution certifying unpaid water and sewer sums and administrative charges to the Lake County Auditor.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
In the Commissioner's Office, resolution accepting and approving the recommendation of Planning Commission member Randy Van Buren to designate Sean Ishay to serve as his alternate on the Lake County Planning Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I would just thank my former alternate Randy Van Buren for his service now as a full member of the Planning Commission and congratulate Sean Ishay as his new position as alternate for Randy.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Resolution approving a revision to the Northeast Ohio Area-Wide Coordinating Agency Code of Regulations.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none.
Mr. President,
Oh, yes, sir.
I just wanted to ask the county administrator because I know that there were some concerns by the public about this particular provision. You know, I know some active lawsuits surrounding it, but my understanding is the prosecutor's office has reviewed it, and so I'd just like to hear an update.
Mr. Yes, we did review it late yesterday afternoon, or actually mid-afternoon, and everything's appropriate. It's kind of making sure we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's. and you'll probably find comfort in the fact that it was really reviewed by Assistant Prosecutor Germano.
Well, we appreciate your review and consideration as well. I just wanted to make sure that our prosecutor's office has reviewed and approved it to form. My understanding is that this simply ratifies what we've already voted for to give more independence to counties in selecting their members.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yep. I don't have a legal background, but yes, I was a part of these proposed bylaw changes that allowed individual counties to have more control over their own delegation of board members that they sent down. I think the lawsuit that you reference and the dispute goes back to the differing opinions from different legal professionals as to what words mean what. The question of what was changed, there's a question that the bylaw changes that were made may or may not have needed to have been ratified by all 5 counties. It was not originally ratified by all 5 counties because it was NOACA's legal counsel's opinion that it did not need to. For what it's worth, when they read the bylaws, I agreed with the legal counsel that it did not need to be ratified. But yes, to dot I's, cross T's, and make sure that all punctuation is perfect in this situation, the board decided to, I made the suggestion that we go ahead and ratify the bylaw change. I don't believe it needed to be, but just to be extra careful to make sure that there's no misinterpretation, where that's what this is for.
So, Mr. President, I stand by my prior vote that counties should be able to select their delegation to NOACA, and given the legal counsel's approval and the confirmation that this simply affirms, ratifies what we've previously voted for, I stand by my vote.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
In the Finance Department, resolution approving payment of bills as listed on the Commissioner's Approval Journal in the amount of $1,268,789.39.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Resolution approving purchase orders as listed on the Commissioner's Purchase Order Approval Journal in the amount of $547,801.10.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Resolution increasing appropriations through various non-general fund accounts.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Resolution transferring an appropriation within non-general fund accounts.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Resolution approving the 2026 permanent appropriation measure for the general fund.
So moved.
Second.
For discussion, I believe we have Joel DeMar, recent recipient of the 4 Under 40 Award from the United Way of Lake County. I'd be remiss not to mention that. So, Joel, if you could please tell us about this year's budget.
Perfect. Thank you, Commissioners. Good morning. The 2026 general fund budget reflects some intentional cost containment, strategic staffing decisions, and responsible financial stewardship. We were able to reduce some of our year-over-year costs, resulting in about $1.8 million in added efficiencies with this year's budget. $1 million of that was achieved through refinancing our short-term notes on the Public Safety Center project. About $500,000 of that was realized through staffing reductions through attrition, and another $300,000 in operational improvements throughout the year. All of these numbers and all of these goals were achieved without reducing core services. So we really appreciate the partnership with the elected officials and the other departments on that. Doing this and trying to manage our budget effectively, we're just trying to make sure we're being long-term sustainable for the residents of Lake County. Our goal this year was to set a flat budget compared to 2025, net of the infamous cyclical cost of a 27th pay period that we have in December this year. I'm happy to report that not only did we meet the goal, but we exceeded it. The general fund budget has projected revenues and expenses of $78.2 million for this year. So we're really happy to present you guys with a balanced budget. We're really happy where we're at, but we're also looking to the future on what challenges may come along. We're keeping our eye on our healthcare costs as they continue to rise, as they are for most entities. Healthcare will come into focus this year as we'll be out to RFP for our medical and prescription coverage. As always, law enforcement represents our biggest investment in the general fund budget. The judicial branch and public safety represent 70% of the proposed budget, inclusive of our debt payment for the public safety center. Specifically, I want to thank all of the elected officials and department heads. Zach and his team did a great job in all their work putting this together. And then I wanted to recognize the common pleas judges, juvenile court judge, clerk of courts, EMA department, and the treasurer's office for their partnership in looking at their expenses in this year's budget. So I'm happy to present that to you guys.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I guess I'll start. I just want to thank Joel and Zach for the amount of time that they put in with me, showing up just about a month ago and asking what would take for me to be ready to vote today on this when we got there. So it's been quite a lot of meetings and conversations and education and get up to speed. And I will say that I'm very impressed with the work that you guys do. You did a fantastic job bringing me along, explaining, answering my tedious questions and answering up everything from a standpoint of accountability throughout the county. I really appreciate that. And I think just to add that it's so often that, one looks at government and says, oh, you see big numbers and everything. But I can definitely say, in speaking with multiple department heads and folks and going through this process, that there is a very highly accountable organization here, that there are some very serious questions asked and a lot of diligence put into this. And I feel very confident that we're being responsible with taxpayer dollars here. This is a good budget. I think the goals for paying down the debt are very ambitious and responsible. I think the budgeting throughout the departments are, dollars spent go through a lot of scrutiny here in Lake County, and I'm proud to be part of this and can offer with a lot of confidence to the residents of Lake County that their dollars are being responsibly spent.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I would second my colleagues' comments. I'm very grateful to Director DeMar, to our budget manager, our entire staff, for presenting yet another balanced budget on our behalf to the people of Lake County. In my entire time as commissioner, in Commissioner Beveridge's entire time as commissioner, and now yours too, we have voted for nothing but balanced budgets. In Lake County, we practice what we preach. We do more with less. We pinch every penny. And the result of that is the remarkable outcome where we cut spending and maintain, if not improve, services. And I look forward to continuing to do that throughout this year, because one vote does not set a budget. It requires careful management throughout the year to keep to those budgetary numbers. And I know that with our staff's help and with my colleagues' support, we're going to continue to do that. But once again, this is a headliner for Lake County. Unlike so many big government entities that keep spending more and raising taxes, we've balanced the budget, we've done more with less, and that's what we're going to keep doing for the people of Lake County.
When I got here a year ago, I wanted to make sure that I had a very detailed grasp of the budget and felt comfortable that this budget was going to be the one that I really was able to work on for time and try and put forth our best effort. I agree with you, Commissioner McIntosh, that Joel and the team and everybody and Zach do a phenomenal job on not only of keeping track of everything, but also looking at how we spend money and being prudent and sharp. And I came in and asked and said, hey, can we have a flat line budget? Can we just not increase the budget? And then I was told about the infamous 27th pay. Ooh, 27th pay, and unfortunately, that's just how the timelines go, and that's going to be a sizable, payroll is a large chunk of our budget, and so therefore an extra pay will result in, a couple $1 million of increased spending this year that would not have been there. I am proud to sit with my colleagues as well as the rest of the staff that had it not been for that 27th pay, we would have had a lowered budget. As Joel talked about, we saved about $1.8 million, and he highlighted the largest amount of that $1.8 million was the $1 million that we saved in interest on the notes that we're paying to build the safety center. And I asked the guys to have a spreadsheet, and we track this all year long. And as we got wins, we put those numbers down on that spreadsheet to see what that number could get to. And to your point, Morgan, and sometimes maybe it's not, some people would say maybe county commissioners shouldn't be that into the weeds on some of these things, but there was $1,500 savings on that spreadsheet as well. It wasn't just $1 million savings. They run the gamut all the way down to $1,500, and those things matter. And that's when we have the conversation about efficiencies, and we have the conversation about what can we do better and how are we responsible to the taxpayers. That's the type of stuff that adds up. That little victories here and there. And as you said, $1.8 million is what we had in savings, if you will, had it not been for that. That's only about 2% of the budget, right? We're not going to come in here and cut 10, 15, 20% overnight without drastically altering services. But we can do our best job to when we can find 2% here, 2% there, and continue to work at it. And that is not easy. And sometimes it requires a lot of difficult conversations and thinking about things differently. But that's what I feel my obligation to the taxpayers is as it relates to this budget, is to continue to do that work. I'm proud and thrilled with the budget we're passing today. I look forward to next year's budget even more, because there ain't going to be a 27th pay. And I really, really want us to continue to work towards making sure that if we can show a number that is truly less, that we have cut the overall spending. One of the two reasons that I think are critical and crucial for why we're able to do this. One is the cooperation of the other departments, the department heads, the other electeds up and down throughout this county is, I think that you would agree, we had a very phenomenal working relationship with virtually all of our other departments and elected officials, that when we sat down and said, this is the goal, flatline the budget. If we need to have an increase one place, well, then we're going to need to find some efficiency someplace else. How can we deploy the same level of services without increase in spending, and can we get some efficiencies? And I just have to say thank you to all of the county elected officials, as well as department heads, that allowed us to be able to do this and work together. And I look forward to working together with them this year to continue to be able to be proud of the budget we pass going into next year in the general fund. The second area that for me, coming into this job as a commissioner last year, that I had to educate myself on and that I care deeply about, is the funding of the Safety Services Center. Is how are we going to pay this $200 million project? And the debt that was taken out, first of all, I think something like $90 million was saved by past commissioners. And so kudos to those who have come before us that had the foresight to be able to show the discipline to be able to save those dollars to make sure that we're able to responsibly build this Safety Service Center. But the debt that we took out was broken down, 65 million or so in bonds and about $50 million in notes. Those bonds are, 25 to 30 years in maturity length or so, but those notes come up every year. And the goal was to pay off the $50 million of notes, $10 million a year or so that at the end of 5 years, those could be paid down. We were able to pay down half, $25 million, right? 25. Half the notes were paid off this year. We have a very ambitious goal for 2026 on how much of the rest of those notes we're going to pay off. And by having the controls and finding the efficiencies and the spending elsewhere, we're able to pay down this jail, this Safety Service Center in such an amazing and effective manner. To date, we have not gotten any other support to pay for this from any other entity that I'm aware of. I know that we have some folks that we're going to be very thankful for, hopefully, that And we can talk about this if you want in the county, in your report, Jason, if you don't mind. But there's a lot of counties out there that are asking for help to build their jails. And there's a lot of counties out there that are struggling to figure out how to build the capital to do that. And here in Lake County, we're doing that, and that's what's going to allow us to keep control of the budget, to keep getting successes and have victories is the team here, the collaboration of working together and having a common goal of understanding that this is important that we do this. So forgive me for speaking so much, but the budget matters to me. The services that we provide in the community matters to me, and the way that we're able to do that is by being responsible in our budgeting practices. So I just want to say thank you to all the work that you guys have done this year and dealing with me and getting me up to speed over the years. So with that, any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye. This brings us to our departmental reports. Utilities.
Thank you, Commissioner. We had a bid opening yesterday for Regent Road Waterline in Wickliffe. I'm happy to report we had 7 bidders, which is always good when we have that many bidders. Makes it a little more competitive. The estimate was about $1.8 million. We had a couple bids right at the estimate and 5 under the estimate. And the low bid was $1.337 million, so about $550,000 less than what we had budgeted for that project. So we're excited to see that. The number of bidders we have and the price that we received for that project. So we look forward to that and the several other that will be coming over the next couple of months for our infrastructure replacement program.
Thank you. Job and Family Services.
Thank you, Commissioner. Today I just wanted to provide an update on the SNAP work requirements. Those changes go into effect this month. I know I've spoken about that at previous meetings, but I want to remind the public that as a result of the One Big Beautiful Bill in July, there are changes now to SNAP work requirements. The highlights of those changes include increasing work requirement age from 55 to 64. Child age exemption is decreasing from 18 years old to 14 years old. And again, removing exemptions for homeless or veterans. I know the state of Ohio Department of Job and Family Services has reached out to all SNAP recipients who may be affected by this change. So our clients are aware. I am encouraging any member of the public who may be confused about these work requirements to come into our office at Job and Family Services, log into Ohio Benefits, or they can call our agency directly at 1-844-640-6446. So again, those changes are starting now in February. And then lastly, I just wanted to share that the Ohio Means Jobs Lake County team is hosting another workshop Wednesday, next Wednesday, February 11th from 10 a.m. until noon. Job seekers will learn how to create or improve their online job search presence and understand how employers view applicants online. As all of our events, this is free, it's open to the public. Walk-ins are welcome. Again, that's taking place right across the street at Job and Family Services. And additional topics covered will be creating or improving LinkedIn or Indeed profiles, reviewing saved job searches or alerts, and increasing knowledge of online job safety and scams. So again, that's February 11th from 10 a.m. until 12 p.m. at the Ohio Means Job Center across the street. And I encourage all job seekers to attend. Thank you.
Thank you. Suzanne, we talked last time about on the SNAP benefits on the work requirement. Were we able to get any update or have any idea if there was any veterans in Lake County that are going to be affected by these new work requirements?
We do anticipate that there are veterans that may be impacted by the work requirements, and so I have been in communication with the Veteran Services Department here in Lake County. We're trying to coordinate some services.
Okay, all right. Please, if there's anything that obviously the commissioners are able to do. I speak for one of one of the three of us, but I would like to know to make sure that those services are continue to be provided if possible, please. So,
Thanks, Commissioner
Thank you.
Beveridge.
County Administrator.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. Circling back to the budget conversation and the fine work that everyone has done on the jail and solicited outside funds from wherever we can, quite frankly. On a positive note, we were notified about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, that a request that we have been working on for years from Senator Marino and Representative Joyce has made it almost to the finish line, a $4.2 million award for the technology components and enhancements in the new Lake County Jail, which will be a huge benefit to us as we try to bring that project under budget, and we will, but this definitely helps with the project and maybe can free up some resources moving down the road in the general fund, which is a positive news. So thank you to the representative senator for all their hard work and their staff for leading me through the process. So I wanted to share that good news, and I'll be able to put an exclamation point on it here relatively soon, hopefully, but we received those notifications a couple weeks ago. On the jail itself, the weather has been kicking our butt, quite frankly. I think we're down to maybe 1 or 2 weather days that we've allotted in the budget. They're about 90% enclosed temporarily, which once we get there, work can proceed, but work is still proceeding. We had 2 weather days, maybe 3 weather days last week, where quite frankly it was just too damn cold for the exterior guys. We're putting on a temporary roof. We got notification from the concrete company, I forget which day last week, that they weren't comfortable distributing the concrete to meet the testing requirements, so we delayed some pours. That being said, there was a pour yesterday, a concrete pour, and we're down to the basement level, which is good news. I think there's a pour maybe tomorrow. So we're moving as fast as we can. There is now on the first floor, the main floor, if you will, the masons are moving from, let's say, Erie Street back to Jackson Street, and right behind those masons are the HVAC guys. So now you can see the ductwork starting to go in. We were briefed yesterday that the metal framing has begun, so you can start to see office spaces and so on in the kind of administrative side of the building. So that's all great news. I believe a couple of the sheriff's staffs and Gilbane reps will be heading to Georgia next month to look at our cells before they're fabricated. If you recall, we're using manufactured steel cells from a company in Georgia, so they'll get a peek at those before they start going to mass production, and they'll be shipped up here in quantities, I think, of 8 on semis, and they'll be lifted in and literally just kind of put on rollers, if you will, and slid into place, leveled, and so on and so forth. So all in all, with the exception of the weather that we cannot control, we're continuing to move right down the road. So it's been a good process. Regarding Building C, I want to thank the county auditor, treasurer, recorder, and veteran services for their patience. As you know, 2 Sundays ago, we had a water piece of infrastructure let loose, and then another one last week. I came in last Sunday, 2 Sundays ago, and Mark Iflees had his crew on. I didn't even know they did this, like a code hot, meaning be ready, and they were, quite frankly, employees that I had never seen before, showing up, no questions asked, and did a great job containing the issue at hand, doing the initial cleanup. We had commercial water extraction team out here Sunday night. Auditor Galloway, the treasurer, recorder, John Warren, we're all here in person with their staff, so a team effort to kind of make sure things were salvaged and how we're going to operate the following days. So I want to thank them for their response and their patience. We now have remediation crews in, drying, testing, and so on and so forth. So patience is a virtue. We'll get through it. But I just want to thank everyone involved, making the best out of just an unfortunate situation based on this cold weather. So that concludes my report.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Yes, I wanted to mention that the next commissioners meeting is next Thursday, February 12th at 10 a.m. And there's also a workshop that day at 10:30. And also, we are still looking for an apiary. If you know anyone who is interested, please contact me at 440-350-2751.
Thank you. And legal.
No reports, Commissioner.
Who knew? Gentlemen, any old business? I'll take this opportunity in old business. We've talked about this project before, but I once again want to just praise and thank all that are involved with our Code Blue operation, up and down. I see the Sheriff's Department in the back. I thank them for their help with our Code Blue. Jason, you talked about the buildings and grounds folks, you know, our partners at the United Way of Lake County, Sub-Zero Mission, the churches that have provided the volunteers, Lake Tran that provides the transportation, the many volunteer organizations that help with the meals, the Salvation Army opening up extra hours. We talked about last year, I think we had 9 total days where we had to call a Code Blue. I believe we just had 12 in a row, Jason, or?
Pretty close. Probably won't be one tonight, but then there'll be 3 or 4 more coming up.
Right. We're 12 in a row. And the numbers have increased. The stress level on everybody has increased. The resources are being strained past what was to be expected. You know, there's a lot of folks that signed up for jobs that are working on Saturday nights and Sunday nights and at all hours to make sure that our most vulnerable during this cold spell are trying to be protected. And I can't say thank you enough, and I'm never going to stop thanking you, Jason, and the staff and the team here for dropping things on a dime while you're trying to deal with the flood in one building. We're still having to move things around, and I thank the Sheriff's Department for their help. And so once again, I just want to make sure that the community is aware that there are a lot of amazing people putting in overtime and volunteering and putting in above and beyond what is normal expectations to make sure that this is provided and hopefully that continues to help those that need it. So thank you all to all involved with that. So, gentlemen, any new business?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I just want to share for the public's benefit that the largest manufacturer of band and orchestra instruments in the United States is Conn Selmer in Eastlake, and we've had the tragic announcement that they plan to move their operations to China, 150 jobs from Eastlake, right here in Lake County, to China. The UAW Local 2359 is having a rally today at the Four Points Sheraton in Eastlake to protest this move. I think that we all agree that the age of shipping American jobs to China has got to stop, and to take one of the most important manufacturers in the city of Eastlake from us is just not right. So I encourage folks who care, who are worried about this, whether you're a music lover, a manufacturer, a union member, to come out to the rally today. I will be there. I'll see you there.
I do believe we've tried to engage the folks there with our economic development team to reach out, and I think Team NEO is also involved, and we've tried to do our best to see if we can engage in a conversation. To date, I don't know that we have heard back, but for what it's worth,
Yeah, I'll check with the port. I
Yeah.
don't think we have, and I believe the mayor has tried to meet with those folks. So yeah.
Okay. We as commissioners in the county and with our other elected officials are doing the best that we can to try and see if there's a solution that can be worked out here. So,
And
but yes.
Mr. President,
Yes.
Made in America, made in Eastlake means something. And if a company wants our support and our dollars, they should not be shipping our jobs to China.
Yes, sir. Any other new business? Hearing none. I will entertain a motion to adjourn to executive session for legal pending litigation with no business being conducted after.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Commissioner McIntosh.
Aye.
Commissioner Pletchner.
Yes.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Yes.